Hello and welcome again. In today's lecture, we discuss about the response. As you know, the response is the message that's sent from server to client indicating the status of this request. So these responses are different types. Based on the functionality, the response is divided into different categories. These are 1xx response, 2xx response, 3xx response, 4xx response, 5xx response, and 6xx response. Here 1xx means the response starting from 1 followed by any digit. Let's say, for example, we have two responses called as 100 trying and 180 ringing. These are two 1xx response. Here this 1xx response, the starting from the 1 followed by 2 digit in is 00 and 80. Similarly, 2xx, 3xx, 4xx, 5xx and 6xx response defined. Here the 1xx response define the call progress. If you get the 1xx response, we should understand that the call is in progress. The 2xx response tells us about the success of the call. The 3xx response, it is called redirect response. It gives the multiple address where the call is success. Then 4xx response. The 4xx response, we call it as client-side error response. This response generally comes when there is some error in the client. Let's say we are sending the request and the request have some issue. When the server receives this request, the server is not able to process this request due to there is some issue in the request. So the server updates the client with the 4xx response. Then goes to 5xx response. This response we call it a server-side error response. In this error response, the request we are sending is correct, but the server is not able to process this request due to there is some issue in the server end. So in this case, the server updates to the client with the 5xx response. The 6xx response, we call it as global error response. Global error response means, let's say the server, this phone is connected with the voicemail services. Also, it have login with the voicemail services. So when the client knows that the voicemail services, the call also not successful in the voicemail services. So when it receives this request, and the server is not able to process this request, and he also knows that the voicemail service also not able to success the call. So in this case, the server updates the client with the error response that is called as 6xx global error response. If you look inside this response, just like request, the response also divided into 3 parts. One is called status line, message header, and message body. The status line gives the information about the response, means what type of response we are sending. And the status line is again divided into 2 parts. One is called protocol version and another is response name. Let's understand this with an example. Here in this example, the client send a request named invite to the server, and the server generate a response named 100 trying response. So in this case, the status line should be zip/2.o. Then this is the protocol version and the response name. Here the response name is 100 trying. Then message header. Just like request, it contains the user information like calling party information, called party information, etc. Then message body, it contains the media information. Just like request, it contains the media information. So this is all about the basic idea about the response. We'll discuss more on the response in our future lecture. So this is just an idea about the response. I hope you learn something, and we'll see you in the next one. And thanks for watching the video.